So hey anime fans, the series name is What If Naruto Became Red Dragon. This is second part of the series, so let's start the series. As the morning got here via a assembly become going to show make makeup, and it is going to be a protracted one. The meeting is set what manifest and how to deal with the Konoha. The three faction leaders can have the assembly with their allies approximately the problem handy. Naruto had known as the leaders about what occurred the alternative day, and they understood why there have to be a assembly. If the Konoha had observed a manner to return into this world simply to locate the blonde in hopes to win a conflict that has not anything to do with him, then with a view to be a problem and will reason a few problems for all of the factions. Most of the Leaf Ninja has been to be extra prideful than devils, lustful than fallen angels, and best care about gaining power while it's no longer theirs. So there had to be a meeting on how they may deal with the Konoha. We quickly discover Naruto getting ready for the day and got dressed after a relaxing shower along with his women. The assembly with the three faction and their allies turned into going to be at Ko in the afternoon, so the blonde, his buddies and women had a few down time earlier than going into a meeting. He had a few thoughts on how the assembly will pass down, however he knew for a truth that whatever can happen, he will worry approximately that later and enjoy the time he had before the assembly. The blonde-haired teenager was so misplaced in his own thoughts. He didn't observe that one in every of his ladies changed into nearby and walked towards him. Then he felt something make up in opposition to his return and a couple of arms wrapped round his neck. The blonde smiled, knowing who become at the back of him, and held one of the arms together with his own. Are you going to the meeting, Naruto? The woman asked, being Rias. I am. The assembly will begin within the afternoon. That gives me time to relax and spend time with you before the meeting. Naruto replied as he held his girl's arms and smiled at the feeling of the calm include. What ideas do you have got in mind, Naruto? Rias asked, thinking what her boyfriend had deliberate for the day. Naruto shrugged his shoulders and said, don't know but I trust we figure something out. Rias smiled at her boyfriend's phrases and apprehend what is happening with him today. She and different women should tell that during the assembly Naruto will must make a call on if he desires to go again to his former homeworld and fasten some problems or leave it to rot. He nevertheless has some friends there and wished to look them again. But the pain he won from the Leaf Village was still there and could cloud his vision in anger if matters get out of hand. The red-haired devil shook her head and knew that Naruto will not fall in his personal anger due to the fact he has a brand new lifestyles. He may be happy and has ladies who love him for who he's. Rias realized the man she loves will do simply quality, and will experience his lifestyles as he has earlier than. The assembly will start within the afternoon, but she and her harem sisters had been going to revel in their time with the person they love. Time bypassed Naruto, and his ladies had spent their time collectively for an awesome morning and now become early afternoon, which became going sluggish for all and sundry. The blonde-haired teen becomes schooling to preserve himself in shape and get more potent. It in no way hurts to get a few training in. He'll frequently train by himself or together with his friends and ladies to help get them more potent. But he believes that actual power comes from when he protects others than himself and the only he cares about. And now he turned in to finish along with his training and started out to take a seat down, move legging his legs and began meditating. Meditating enables teach no longer just the frame. However, the thoughts and builds on intellectual energy. Naruto become doing that but additionally wanted to speak to a person deep in his mind for a few assist and thoughts on the problem handy. He took some deep breaths inside and out before his complete thoughts went white and began to go into his mindscape. Naruto's mindscape. The blonde had changed his mindscape from sewers to a nice hotel after his fox pal become long past. He misses the nine-tailed beast for giving his life to have this new existence to revel in. However, he shook his head and moved on from the past to the now. Soon a discern started to seem in the front of Naruto, causing him to smile and watch the determined coming to him. A female with long, wavy blonde hair decorated with a head accessory, and wore a mild red dress regarded earlier than the blonde and smiled at her makeup. This girl was the strongest woman possessor of boosted tools and referred to as the Crimson Dragon Empress. Her call is Elsha, the Lightning Dragon Queen of boosted equipment. Naruto had met Elsha whilst he defeated Loki's curse and appears deep inside himself to liberate his inner full power to make up the genuine Pink Dragon Emperor. The Pink Dragon Empress changed into touch by way of the blonde's tough work to become more potent to assist the human beings he cares approximately, and in no way permit his delight get within the manner. She vowed to stay with him, and by no means allow him lose himself by means of reminding him to like himself, and the humans he cares approximately. She never disappeared but live round and drag changed into exceptional with that. Good day Naruto-kun, Elsha greeted with a warm smile. Hey Elsha-chan, Naruto greeted again with a smile on his face. Being satisfied to peer her once more, I take it that your past has come returned and left you with questions, Naruto-kun, Elsha said as she took a seat inside the major dwelling room of the inn. Naruto nodded his head as he took a seat subsequent to the Lightning Dragon Queen. Sure. What problems me on how they came and with the aid of what approach? Naruto requested, praying that the method to get right here turned into no longer something sinful. The blonde-haired had some ideas however didn't want to think about it, and nonetheless prayed for no sinful insertions. Anything can occur, and he had a sense that a person will provide an explanation for it soon enough. I can't say for sure Naruto-kun, however I trust that you'll now not allow your past to shape your destiny. You fought the Beyond and proved to the Beyond hosts of boosted tools wrong. I trust you'll try this again, Elsha said with a smile on her face, causing her fellow blonde to be satisfied. Thanks, Elsha-chan, Naruto stated, thanking the guy blonde. Elsha smiled returned at Naruto because the mindscape turned into coming undone, and the blonde was waking makeup. Stop of mindscape. Naruto eyes snap open as he took some deep breaths and became fully conscious. He smiled that Elsha had helped him and changed into thankful to have her in his existence just like the other women he cherished. It saddens him that she will never advantage a body and her soul could be for all time trapped within boosted equipment, although he promises to help her advantage a body to walk with him in a new life at the day. The blonde-haired youngster were given makeup from his meditative function and makeup on his toes to walk around his schooling room but failed to word a sure blue-haired sword wielder, leaning in opposition to the wall. Zenobia had walked in to see her boyfriend mediating and decided to go away him by myself till he turned into achieved, which he turned into now, after which she can act. Zenobia walked in the direction of her boyfriend as he was deep in concept, and hugged his right arm to get him out his mind. Naruto turned into out his thoughts whilst he noticed his little blue chook hugging his arm, and he hugged her lower back at the same time as placing his head on top of her as her head rests on his chest. Rias advised me to locate and remind you that the assembly will take location later inside the afternoon such as you deliberate. Zenobia knowledgeable. I see, Naruto said. Know how the assembly became set, and what's in advance trouble? Zenobia asked, seeing her shared boyfriend in deep concept. No longer as lots, however little hassle, Zenobia-chan. I will have to make a name on something or now not I should assist the vicinity that is the makeup of my ache. It's in peculiar placement for me, Naruto responded, sincerely and had a sense his solutions may be the same regardless of how lengthy he concept over it. I see. But you should take into account this Naruto-kun. I and the relaxation of your ladies will live with you all the manner. Irrespective of what you do, you helped us via lots, asking little in return. However you are satisfied ultimately, and we are happy as well. I believe you'll make the proper preference, Zenobia said with a smile on her face and got her face toward the blonde. Naruto smiled on the kindness, and shortly researched forward to seize the blue-haired knight's lips. The kiss changed into simple and type. Nothing wild as this wasn't the time for that and quick movement because the pair component approaches with their smiles now not going the way. Thank you, Zenobia-chan, I need that and I love you. My little blue hen, Naruto said as he hugged the blue-haired woman close to him. You are welcome, Naruto-kun, and I love you too, my dragon. Zenobia responded as the two make up in the heat include, the pair comfortable for some time before transferring on and head down to the dwelling room to look some women doing their personal thing on the sofas. The wolf became nowhere to be seen and the blonde may want to wager that he turned into outdoor for the duration of his dog such things as marking or locating his bones, yeah. Canine matters certainly and shifting on which a walk become needed. Naruto quickly walked out of doors after having Zenobia striking out with Ravel, Kaneko, and Asia for a second as he appears for Fenrir. The blonde found the wolf digging make up some bones up to take a bite of, earlier than hiding somewhere else inside the backyard for later. He smiled as he watched his friend cross about his business, and commenced to feel that someone or have been looking him, getting him to slim his eyes a touch and be on guard. A acquainted heady scent hits his nostril and brought about Fenrir to growl a little but was make up whilst Naruto shook his head and showed that he turned into going to be handling this on his own. The wolf calmed down at this but preserved his defend makeup and the two waited for their visitor to reveal makeup, in the timber in the outdoor. Menma and Naruto have been obtrusive deeply at their failure brother with anger and hatred. They're giving all of us the slip at some point of the small conflict and teleportation of the losers with the aid of hiding in a camp for the following morning to strike. The pair waited to strike. And now mid-afternoon changed into the first-rate time to strike as their target become out and all on my own. The siblings believe that their failure brother is handiest sturdy due to his whores and without them, he's not anything. Such fools, and they will discover the difficult manner. Naruto started to feel the rotten siblings close by and started out to collect a number of his magic to cope with his impolite, undesirable visitors. He failed to want to use the boosted equipment because it will be overkill, and he has one-of-a-kind ways of coping with a few rude guests. Time to begin the birthday celebration and send some other message to that cursed village. Die, you bastard! Menma shouted in natural rage, having enough of waiting, and jumped at the blonde in natural anger in his eyes and draw out a kunai to stab. Naruto just stood lightly as lightning danced around his proper arm and smirked as he were given his goal proper wherein he needs him. He reached outwards to seize the hand that turned into final in on him, and had his lightning stop the muscle in that stated hand from working, reducing the nerves out and left the attacker wide open. It's impolite to assault a person from behind and use toys like that, baka. And now, a taste of matters to come back. Fireplace dragon roar. Naruto roared, taking a deep breath earlier than letting and launching an effective flame blast like a flamethrower out of his mouth towards Menma. Menma screamed in bloody homicide as he became burning alive and was allowed go of so that it will roll round and floor to shake the flames off. It works, but now not accurate sufficient because the flames stored burning him. He was alive, yes. However, will need a great medic if he will stay alive. Naruto changed into in surprise of this brutality, and became approximately to lose her lunch, however held herself together. She quickly seemed back at her target, and noticed that he turned into looking at her with a smirk on his face, causing the simplest daughter of the Yondaime Hokage to prevent dead in her tracks, and found out what just took place. He had recognized, and she was subsequent as she noticed yellow lightning popping out. Naruto appeared in front of Naruto within an immediate with the lightning dance of his fists and shouted, "Lightning Dragon Iron Fist!" Naruto screamed and groaned in ache as Naruto punched her in the belly, causing the blood to cough make up and turned into released again into the floor. The young woman coughed in pain because the lightning sparked and groaned as she wasn't going to transport for a while. Little did Menma and Naruto know is that Naruto did greater damage than they notion. Earlier than a word can be spoken, a purple magic circle quickly teleported the two away and out of this international earlier than Naruto's eyes. The blonde now knew who used that magic circle and wonder what her recreation is. I wonder what's your recreation, Ophis. But I had a sense you may display me quickly and it will on the meeting. I will worry approximately that and her whilst the time comes. At the least I do not ought to fear approximately the one's people any more in the meanwhile. And that I can't wait to peer their faces at what I have completed to the pride in their village. Naruto notioned with a smirk on his face, and shortly patted Fenrir on the pinnacle to make up him. The Crimson Dragon Emperor has a while earlier than the assembly, and he had a feeling that it is going to be interesting. Leaf Village, what became as soon as a proud village was now a shameful place to stay in. That is a story for over again as we study the village's Hokage. Minato Namikaze become no longer having an excellent day and things were still going downhill for him. He had finished the assembly with the failed ninja makeup to get Naruto returned from a brand new international, simplest to return after being past the crushing defeat. The makeup changed into damaged and fourth Hokage had not anything left. He changed into getting too involved for his kids. As Menma and Naruto had yet to go back, the blonde-haired Hokage concept that his kids will bring lower back the failure and it turned into the best manner. As Naruto must be the village's weapon to show the tide of the conflict in their desire. Earlier than Minato ought to say or do something. A red magic circle appeared earlier than his eyes and showed the circumstance of his children. Menma become burned alive with little skin and garments left. At the same time as Naruto become groaning in ache, get in right here and called within the medics. Now! Minato shouted in horror, ordering the ninjas to take his youngsters away. Short time pass. I'm sorry, Hokage. We had been able to save your youngsters, but I'm afraid there may be terrible information. The head nurse stated. Minato and Kushina were waiting in the medical institution to pay attention their youngsters' fitness. Simplest for their blood to run cold at being informed there has been a few horrific news. What's it? Kushina requested. The nurse sighed and began to read the information of the charts. now not most effective, has Menma suffered deep burn marks that had been as a result of a powerful hearth assault that has also brought about some other things we can't take care of. However, he turned into also castrated. Naruto is great for the maximum part but is in deep pain and sadness that her ovaries and womb is fired by a powerful lightning assault. I am sorry. However, they won't be capable of have children anymore. Kushina started to cry out in discomfort, turning into a deep mess of what happened to her babies. They may not be capable of have kids in their own and the destiny of their bloodline become gone until they might get Naruto again. Minato became livid that Naruto might have finished this and ended his bloodline. He's going to make certain the brat pays for this, and this wasn't the more severe part. What will appear make up if the whole Leaf Village knows that the youngsters and their cherished fourth Hokages are unable to have children? It will likely be a dark day, and there was greater to return. While he thought that this couldn't be something worse, it just did, and there may be greater to return. In the shadows of the village, a young guy smirked evilly and noticed the seeds being planted for him. He now have to wait with the intention to strike on the dragon and all people he held pricey. However, he can anticipate his revenge towards the Pink Dragon Emperor for what he has finished to the Vintage Satan faction and running the plans for brand spanking new global order. So, revenge can wait as the whole lot changed into coming collectively. The solar units down for the night come as Naruto walks closer to where the three faction leaders and their allies are to have their assembly. About Konoha and the hassle which could or now not come. Something can show makeup and the blonde hopes for something top can go by means of. But once more, something can appear makeup. Naruto was at Ko Academy and walked towards the ORC, or also referred to as the Occult Reacher Club constructing. The membership became a Kao makeup. Like other Makeup makeup clubs, for devils and their peerages individuals, consisting of Rias, Sona, and Naruto himself. As an example, a terrific truth is that this building held an excellent range of meetings between three factions of several instances before a few other factions join into Makeup DXD, accurate instances, Smake Makeup time. And now with the blondes, women and wolf coming, the meeting will start quickly sufficient as they input the constructing. Naruto and his girlfriends were now inside the meeting room, waiting for the alternative participants of each faction, and the wait wasn't lengthy as they all got here in by way of teleportation circles. The first become the Satan faction as 4 members got here from the circles as they have been Surzex Lucifer and his spouse/queen Mikoto Lucifer ne Uchiha, Seraphal Leviathan and her queen Ingvild Leviathan. Ingvild Leviathan is a descendant of the authentic Leviathan as she has lengthy pink hair and orange eyes as she seems as her overdue teens as her figure was. Similar to Rosweiss as her get dressed becomes something else, she wears a white noble get dressed, wiki for hire seems. Naruto and the others observed her being chased by members of the old devil faction, and rescued her. When she thanked them and informed them who she is that this surprised the makeup, well in preference to Naruto as he changed into piss at the antique faction for treating their more youthful generations like gear. They name each Surzex and Seraphal approximately this and want to take place. The two weren't pleased of the news they heard and Seraphal determined to make her as her queen to restoration the awful blood and educate her in her ice magic. They're excellent pals and later to their surprise she's the possessor of the Longinus Nereid Kairi. Both Naruto and Ingvild got along with each other as she laughs at a number of his pranks. Saddened on how his antique domestic treated him, mad at his former mother and father and later they have become a couple. The second that came became the chief of the fallen faction led with the aid of Azazel and his nice buddy Barakiel, who is Akino's father. However they weren't alone, Rainier, Calawarner, and Middled have been there and show makeup to understand the blonde very well. Naruto spared them as they had been makeuppets underneath Kokabeel, and their punishment become to be maids to Azazel. The fallen angel leader observed the three had felt closer to the blonde as he changed into kind to them while he met the three at a cafe and permit their punishment to be light at a time. They're the blonde's girls and on a very good be aware makeup. The 33 become the angel faction led by using Michael together with his sister Gabriel right beside him and together with her become her queen, Griselda Corda, who's Zenovia's adoptive mother. The two and every other angel, who that isn't always here now, are Naruto's girlfriends. At first, was peculiar to be with Griselda, however Zenovia stated it became K as she liked the mother and daughter love element. The fourth changed into the Yukai faction led by Yasaka herself, considering she changed into already right here. But every other got here to be with the aid of her facet, and her close friend to her and one of Naruto's girlfriends or mate. The female had the identical frame parent as Yasaka has, as she has a regal appearance, flowing silky silver hair that cascaded down her again, sharp elf-like ears, coronary heart-fashioned face, thin eyebrows, and piercing amber eyes. She wore a white kimono tied closed with a yellow sash, as the said kimono was having a hard time to keep her breast in, as her skirt changed into short, as it showed her long, milky, shapely legs together with a sinfully plumb but as properly. This girl is Setsuna, the daughter of Toga, the deceased Inu no Teisho, the snake makeup dog fashionable, or Inu no De Yokai, the terrific dog demon. That after served the Yukai faction. However, Setsuna turned into a Daiokai, a higher Yukai than the ordinary Yokais, and one could make up that Toga must lead the Yukai faction. However, he did not need to, as he become a higher leader to his squad eyes than leading a faction. Lady Sesshomaru. Now how did Naruto meet Setsuna? Properly during the faculty experience to Kyoto. Naruto noticed Setsuna at night time as soon as she was looking at the full moon. However, while she saw him, she attacked him proper off the, considering the fact that she senses Satan powers from him and notion that he changed into a danger. The fight lasted most effective for 2 hours instantly, as he have become the victor, and advised her that he and the others were not a threat to the Yukai faction. She became a high-quality assist to him and the others on rescuing her buddy Yasaka from the hero faction led by way of Chow Chow, triumphing and gaining a new best friend Jean. The two got alongside top-notch as they spar with each other and speaking with Yasaka, but when leaving Kyoto, Setsuna drops the bomb on him that she became now his mate, as this made his girlfriends drop their jaws to the floor. Yasaka giggled and informed him it was Setsuna and her clan's custom to find a robust mate, due to the fact that Naruto beat her, which become very uncommon on the grounds that Setsuna never misplaced earlier than. However, she noticed him a sturdy mate, as she now felt the dragon's blood flowing via him and to her, with the intention to make their children even greater effective while born, and he or she the remaining Daiokai on this planet. The fifth faction was the Olympus faction. This, of course, made Naruto frown once in a while, because the thunder god Zeus by no means comes to the conferences and makes his two daughters Artemis and Athena come to the assembly like usually. He understood why when you consider that he did beat the crap out of Zeus and telling him not to cheat on his spouse ever again. But to Naruto, he become fine with this, as he got alongside these, as Artemis is sort of a sister to him and Destiny's sister-in-law, while Athena is his girlfriend/Destiny wife. Artemis preferred him as he wasn't like all other guys like she hopped, but as a schooling associate and a brother parent. She occurs to have a boyfriend that isn't here now. However, the blonde had a feeling that he's going to show makeup soon sufficient. Athena appreciated Naruto together with his wandering out of the container techniques and coming out on pinnacle. She asks him if he ever had a plan after they performed chess, whilst she misplaced to him for the first time, and he said no plan at all. He just moves when feels adore it. Also, it turned into plan to have two factions incredible figures be married and shaped an alliance among the two. Naruto and Athena had been makeup after a score recreation and a red devil making plans at precise times. But besides shifting on, the sixth turned into the hero faction that is now led through Yuki Nanaka, testament of Sister New Devil. She a youngster with a slim yet endowed construct, with a mainly big butt. She has nectaration light blue hair that has a big portion of hair put into a braid positioned on her left facet of her face, and another longer portion of hair placed on her proper, let out, as she has yellow eyes and long eyelashes. She was sporting navy blue tights connected to a white skirt around her primary body with black arms/leg warmers that is often blanketed makeup by her spirit sword armor. Naruto met Yuki after she and some different contributors of the hero faction decided that they failed to like Chow Chow's way of walking it, and cut makeup into companies. The hero clan led by means of Yuki and hero faction led by Chow Chow. Once they defeated Chow and his followers, they made Yuki the new leader of the hero faction and have become very near Naruto, which she became his new girlfriend, and made Jean the second one chief of the hero faction. Even she is a Satan, the ultimate one, become the Norse faction, and now led by their new chief of Asgard, Thor. He wore his armor with a purple cape and had his conflict axe in a secure place, as this become assembly. Avengers Infinity Battle. Whilst he arrives at Wakanda, Naruto noticed him as an older brother discern, and Roswise smiled seeing her right buddy. All of them sat on the round desk. Naruto took the seat in the middle as his lady friends sat inside the chairs at the back of him, and the wolf lay down at his aspect. The assembly became about to begin. We got the calls from you, Naruto, about your old homeworld coming right here. Surzex become the first to talk. Naruto nodded his head at this and replied, "Sure, it is genuine. This isn't always appropriate. And the way did they come here?" Michael asked. "From what I realized that they got here right here by wearing a vest to guard themselves while traveling exceptional worlds." Naruto replied, remembering the vests that his former brother and sister wore earlier than he beat them and had been set again to their home. "It is a shame. I would like to take a look at that vest and see the way it works," Azazel said with a sigh. The assembly turned into intermecupted through a purple portal and out got here 4 figures. Every person all knew who they were and marvel why they are right here. The first became Ophis herself, now in her older form, as she now likes to stay in that form to be along with her selected mate, the one that captures her attention and later her very coronary heart. In the back of the dragoness became Vala Lucifer, Naruto's pal/rival/brother determined and the wielder of divine dividing, which holds the spirit of Albion, the White Dragon Emperor. With the White Dragon Emperor is his makeup, being Biko, a descendant of Solar Wukong, and Arthur Pendragon, who is Luffy's older brother. Also, each Kuroka and Luffy are individuals of this makeup which they're part-time participants, considering they grow to be a member of the Blonde's peerage. This taken aback, every person stands for Naruto, as he knows that it was her that sent again the Konoha makeup to his old world the day before today and his foolish siblings. "Ophis, this is a marvel for you on being here?" Athena requested the dragoness. Ophis checked out them and her eyes settled onto Naruto, which she smiles and said, "I'm here to make Naruto happy by means of giving him a gift." Naruto raised an eyebrow at this and marveled what she has in thoughts. "What kind of a present?" he asked. Ophis determined to open her portal in the air, permitting 7 figures dropped all the way down to the floor. Naruto knew those 7 properly, for because the 4 Our Lady and the others were Makeupie's makeup, the primary woman changed into Tall, who has a narrow frame as she has mild brown makeup, student much less eyes and violet hair. This is styled in a brief, spiky, fan ponytail. She is wearing a equipped mesh frame healthy that covers her from the neck down to her thighs. Over this, she is sporting a tan overcoat with a purple inseam and a pocket on every facet, a darkish orange miniskirt, a dark blue belt, and faded gray shin guards. This person is Anko Mitarashi and a person close to Naruto. The second is a fair-skinned female of a slim build, as she has lengthy black untamed hair achieving her higher makeup returned and red eyes with a further ring in them. She turned into wearing B6FD8D8D79Ed1018DF623D0B49847, which includes crimson lipstick and purple eyeshadow. Her outfit is a purple mesh armor blouse with simplest the proper sleeve seen and the huge fabric which resembles bandages with a sample on it like the ones of rose thorns. Her palms and makeup thighs also are wrapped in bandages, as she wore everyday shinobi sandals. That is Kurenai Yuhi and Naruto's older sister Discern. The 033 changed into a young lady with immediately crimson hair reaching right down to her waist, heat brown eyes and a color of crimson lipstick, but couldn't see her face weighed to the porcelain masks that looks like a cat. She turned into carrying ANBU uniform as an ANBU tattoo on her proper shoulder. This is Yugao Yuzuki, and some other person that Naruto became near. The remaining one has lengthy brown hair that's in a ponytail, with 2 locks of hair framing her face over her big black eyes. She is sporting a light coloration of lipstick and has conventional fawn-like tattoos of the Inuzuka extended family on both of her cheeks. Further, a tattoo on her top proper arm that resembles a flower. Her outfit became a Konoha flak jacket. This is unzipped, exposing her cleavage, and a couple of shape-becoming shorts reduced simply above the knee, and wore regular shinobi sandals. That is Hana Inuzuka, and along with her were the Himura triplets via the cult Tsukimaru, Hainmaru and Jibakumaru. Sure, they are female. Naruto were given makeup and changed into transferring toward them, but he turned into tackled through the triplets, and the 3 make makeup had been beginning to lick him as they were glad to peer him once more. The scene added smiles at the faces of the others, however Fenrir, who determined to bark, making the triplets checked out the wolf and subsidized off as they bowed their heads submissive to him. Naruto were given makeup and checked out the Gromake makeup. It is desirable to peer your 4. Naruto's smile turned into a small smile. However, he observed that Izumi become missing, although Kurenai walked as much as hugged Naruto and, "It's best to look you as properly Naruto, and I'm happy which you have a satisfied lifestyles." The 2 ended the hug and Naruto looked at the others. Anko broke the silence. "Good day, Brad, it has been a while." "Yeah, it has, Anko. How approximately the rest of you been?" Naruto requested. "We've got been properly Naruto. Hannah said, I'm able to see that Kurenai become right approximately you having an amazing life whilst she noticed you and instructed us, Yugao stated. Naruto gestures them to sit down. This was his chance to get answers and maybe they get their vest for observe. So, what has been happening in Konoha whilst I used to be gone? Naruto asked. Being of questions in mind, Yugao sighed and spoke back, not precise. Whilst word got out of your banishment, Gaara become the primary to cut the brand new alliances made with the village. Then Wave changed into the second one to cut ties and Koiki from Spring cut their alliance as well. Hell, she turned into their one time to give Minato and anybody a piece of her thoughts. Cursing make up a typhoon and ripping the Ika script that she changed into approximately to Superstar in. She later denied them the new Churka armor without the failings as well. Naruto laughs a little at the village's success and became a ways after what they've achieved to him. I wager that Danzo was pissed whilst the village wasn't getting the armor. Naruto stated. He turned into on account that I was within the shadows and noticed him gripping his cane tightly. However, it got worse as the fire daimyo marched in the assembly room and changed into piss as they made him a idiot. He observed out that they've been faking the reviews on challenge, giving your spoiled brats of a sibling the credit score and no longer you. The lack of the alliance and different villages that want nothing from them. So he cut the village investment through 60%, Yugao answered. I see that Konoha has fallen even more after I was sent away, Mikoto said, getting Anko, Hana, Kurenai and Yugao to observe her. They saw Mikoto and were total surprise on seeing her. She noticed their appearance and chuckled before speak me. Naruto gave the identical look as nicely when he saw me. And yes, I used to be brought here in this global by Office 10 years ago. Naruto chuckled on the reminiscence and changed into one of his surprising moments. What's makeup? Do you have one of these vests that defend you from coming here? The blonde requested. Trying to peer the vest for himself, Hana took off the vest that she had won over her other vest and delivered it to Naruto. He thanked her earlier than looking and word something on the vest collar. The blonde recognized it and leaked out Ki, making anybody take a look at him of his sudden power coming out. Something wrong, Naruto? Thor requested. Yeah, this vest has my clan symbol on it. That old monkey bastard stole some of my clan's belongings. Naruto growled in anger. That man takes matters that aren't his, Athena stated. Anger as nicely of someone taking others' paintings. Naruto calms down as he gave the vest to Azazel and Naruto sat all the way down to make up some matters. Kurenai remembers something and spoke. Naruto, there's something I need to inform you is that Izumi is dying with the aid of an incurable disorder. What? Mikoto shouted with tears out of her eyes as her daughter changed into death. Who told you this? Naruto requested. Tsunade turned into the one to find it in a hidden folder. She determined out approximately Izumi and her disorder, which she may additionally have some months, maybe a year to stay. Kurenai answered. Naruto sighed at this and his brain turned into going a mile a minute. He desired to test something out on Anko when you consider that he has gotten his evil portions. The blonde summoned his peerage pieces, being a pawn piece. I need to test something out. I need to invite you, Anko. Do you want to be unfastened from your curse? Naruto requested, showing the pawn piece and something he desired to do, seeing that finding out approximately the curse mark. Anko grabbed her neck wherein her curse mark is and checked out Naruto in surprise. She wanted to do anything to remove the curse mark, the rattling mark that ruined her existence, and the bastard give makeup her. And how will you try this, Naruto? Anko requested. Naruto confirmed her the pawn piece and responded, this piece is an evil piece. It allows me to reincarnate anyone right into a Satan. So, they're servants to the said chief? Anko asked. No, I don't deal with them as servant. I and a few others deal with them like circle of relatives whilst others treat them like other matters. Naruto answered. Anko become wondering loads, and ever since she desired this mark long past, she turned into uninterested in its people calling her snake slut. Snake whore or some other thing they could consider. Do it, she stated as Naruto checked out her and spoke once more. I'm uninterested in it. All the calling and those speaking in the back of my again. Very well then, Anko. Lie down to your back and we can get commenced. The blonde stated. Anko did as she turned into instructed to do as Naruto knelt beside her as his pawn piece started to glow red and the piece merged in with Anko. Anko for herself felt a bit pain, however it become coming from her neck. But it stops. And Naruto helped her to sit make upright. He asked Ravel to get a mirror for him. She did and used it for the brand new Satan to peer the curse mark turned into long past. This precipitated Anko to release herself at Naruto, however, in place of his hug. She kissed him proper on the lips, shocking Rias and the others. Rias, having sufficient, grabbed Anko and pulled her away. What inside the nine hells are you doing? Rias shouted/asked. Anko gave her an innocent look and said, What? I am giving the brat his reward. Is that a trouble? Rias' eyebrow twitching at her. Great, she acts much like Akino. She heard stories approximately this man or woman from Naruto, and now understanding that those gets alongside simply notable. Hi, their makeup crimson. I am bisexual. So, you higher get used to it. However, howdy photo this, you're consuming me out when he's banging you from in the back of or the opposite manner around, Anko said with a teasing smirk while licking her lips. Anko. Kurenai shouted at her friend. Anko simply laughed at this earlier than getting bonk on the pinnacle to prevent her actions. Rias became blushing because the same color as her hair. Asia fainted with a perverted grin on her face. Azazel become giggling like a pervert at the same time as the others have been blushing, Akino announcing Era as she placed her hand on her cheek with a blush. Okay, Anko, that is enough. So, what about you three? For the reason that village has lost its approaches, Naruto requested the others. Kurenai, Hana and Yugao thought lengthy and difficult on one facet Konoha become their home. But it failed to feel like it anymore, and they desired to be with Naruto since the four together with Izumi blanketed him. However, ultimately, they just say screw Konoha and be with Naruto. Excellent. We agree, the three said their solution. Naruto nodded his head at this. However, he checked out Rias, Ravel and Sona. Howdy Sona, I make up a Z-makeup that Hana can be your new rook. Rias, I smake makeup Yugao may be your new knight, as Kurenai may be your first bishop piece. Ravel, Naruto informed Sona. Rias and Ravel checked out Naruto then at the other three as they heard that these three had been excellent at his vintage world. However, Rias had a massive smile at this on getting a brand new knight. Perhaps she can train Kiba new swordsmanship. Sona became searching at Hana with a collective stare as she heard testimonies about the girl clan as they were right trackers as Hana makeup can be her companions. In fight as she nodded her head in approval of this. Ravel alternatively become blushing makeup a hurricane, and twiddling her thumbs. However, Naruto told her she might be a brilliant king. However, together with her solve she nodded her head in approval. Naruto smiled at this and gestured them to their new kings, and Naruto determined to summon his three other pawn portions that he notioned they had been make up. A vivid light appears inside the room. Having three greater girls came out of the circle. The first girl has brown skin, darkish brown hair that is tied into a ponytail, cyan eyes for shade, and he or she has the same parent as Rias has. Her outfit gave the impression of she belongs to a tribe. This woman is Korra, and Naruto discovered her in case internal of a crystal that the individuals of the hero faction wanted out. The blonde kills them and freed her from imprisonment. While she asks him on what's occurring, Naruto told her everything on what's going on, and to his surprise that the said girl can bend all 5 factors along with metal and has a strength to enter a country called the Avatar State. The Crimson Dragon Emperor requested who gave her those powers. She stated God did, and encase her in the crystal if the world wanted her. She and Naruto have become correct friends as they spar with each different, and became a pawn in his peerage, which they later have become a couple. The second woman has short dark blue hair that barely reaches her neck, that is trimmed well. Her hair falls into her face in numerous quick bangs which are swept well to the proper, and then the relaxation of it frames her face. She has turquoise-colored eyes and wears pink-rimmed glasses as she is remarkably short, and has a slender however in shape build body as her breast is makeup length for her age. She is carrying an elaborate blazer with gold lining and buttons and a big collar that's open to show the blue innards of the blazer is blue, a black collared pinnacle with gold lining and a red tie. On her shoulders sit elaborately designed black and gold epaulets because the cuffs of the blazer is folded outwards displaying the blue insides with gold linings. With this she wears a brief white frilled skirt, below which she has only ever been shown wearing white panties, over which she wears a pair of black stockings which can be tucked into a pair of white knee-high excessive heel socks, and on her feet a pair of black kitten heel shoes. That is Kasumi Shigira, former member of the hero faction, nice friend to Yuki and a part of Naruto's harem. Naruto met Kasumi in the course of the meeting with Yuki, and Naruto can inform that she was a fighter as her martial arts abilities had been no joke, as they did a pleasant spar as soon as she landed and make upward kick at his jaw, and she wasn't the usage of her scared gear named the Zero Arm, which is a couple of arm and leg braces with large blades on them. They are risky to any individuals, to any faction or dragons, as they are able to hurt or kill them on the grounds that they have got that power to do so. How did God cause them to? Michael continues to be figuring that out as nicely, but the word given alongside, Naruto can tell that Kasumi is a head robust female like Korra and an amazing chief to her troops when Yuki gave her a command. But after the civil struggle, she offers herself to grow to be a devil to him, as she noticed him to be an amazing chief, and also confess her like to him, which Rias and the alternative ladies comply with. Be part of his harem. She became 1/3 answerable for his peerage if he and Valerie are gone. The last one has olive pores and skin, aqua eyes, thick eyelashes and short golden blonde hair, which she typically continues messy with 3 braided locks. She is sporting a jacket with a high collar which covers the lower part of her face downward, at the same time as bearing an amazing part of the decrease 1/2 of her massive breasts. The jacket has a zip jogging along its complete length that is open from the lowest make upwards. It has a beige air filter out on both aspects simply beneath the trim because the jacket sleeves absolutely envelop her hands, terminating in black glove-like extensions at her extremities reminiscent of the arrival of a cat's paw. This is Tirharabel, as she become the final shark Yukai. Naruto met her, as she was slowly dying with a gaping hole in her chest after she killed some individuals of the hero faction that changed into round her, and that's whilst Chao Chao made the final move and stabbed her in the heart. Naruto requested her that she desired to stay, and her solution becomes sure, as she wanted to rescue her pal Yasaka, and he showed her his palm piece, making her realize that he changed into a Satan. However, Setsuna came in and informed her that he and the other devils are right here to assist, so she accepted her new role as a pawn and later flip over. Tyr is calm, taciturn, degree-headed and analytical as she watches her enemies for any weak point or to make a circulate. You summon us, Naruto? Tyr asked her king. Sure, I need you 3 alongside Vala and his gromake makeup, Raswise, Jean, Yuki, considering I recognize that she desires to come with, Irina, Zenobia, Kuroka, Lefei, and Setsuna might be coming with me lower back to my vintage world, Naruto stated. Permit me wager they got here for you, did they? Korra said with a frown on her face. Kasumi walked as much as Naruto and knelt before him for her punishment in not being there for her king. I'm sorry, my king, if our project wasn't that long we've need to were there for you. I receive any punishment you deliver me, Kasumi stated together with her head down. Naruto groaned at this earlier than selecting Kasumi makeup. No, Kasumi. I am not punishing you because it become your task to seek out any surviving contributors of the vintage faction, and I'm saying no now. I need your assist, okay? Naruto said. Kasumi nodded her head and Yuki sighed at this but smiled at her pal, as she is aware of that Kasumi could be very dependable, and she or he will have anyone's return at any time. But, Naruto, why do you want to head lower back? You realize that Konoha will capture you, Ria stated, being involved for her shared boyfriend. Naruto checked out her with a smile and said, I want to move for the reason that I want to help others that have been once me. Rias's eyes widened while she caught on to his phrases, as he wanted to assist others that keep the tailed beasts inside them, and she or he nodded her head at this. Very well, Naruto, however be careful and make contact with for assist if you need it, Rias said. Naruto nodded his head that he will be careful and looked in the direction of Kurinai to ask any other question. Something else I should understand? Kurinai nodded her head at this and replied him, sure, there's, Orochimaru has declared struggle towards Konoha as he gathered a whole lot of small countries that has a red meat with Konoha way to Hiruzen and Danzo. Did he got IWA or Kumo make up him? Naruto questioned, knowing the awful blood among the villages. No, he didn't, as Kumo refused to enroll in makeup. The brand new Raikage did not need any pork with the Sannin, and IWA, to our wonder, is slowly rebuilding itself thanks to the civil warfare it had with among the 1/3 Tsuchika Jinoki that wanted to spoil Konoha, and his granddaughter, Kuratsuchi, who wanted to remain impartial with Konoha, Kuratsuchi being the winner and refused the Sannin. The snake ran for his existence whilst Ichiwa's Jinchuriki arrived to resource her, and went after him. Kurinai spoke back. Naruto just chuckled at this, but nodded his head in thank you. He made some hand symptoms and a cloud of smoke appeared, and out got here a small moth as it chirped in happiness on seeing her summoner, Mina. Pass, tell our pals that I'm coming returned and they can set free at the toads, along with any of the snakes which might be unswerving to Manda and Orochimaru. Naruto said to the moth earlier than speak me again. And you could tell them that it will be a date, K? The Moth chirped in reaction and happiness earlier, then puffed lower back to the Summon International, telling the two boss summons in their venture. "K everybody, accrued something for this experience, and I imply something you could convey. Be lower back here in a single hour to visit my vintage global, given that it is a kill or be kill world, so, be in your guard while get there," Naruto ordered. They nodded their heads and left to seize things for this experience. "Look out, Elemental, because the Purple Dragon Emperor is coming, returned to his former domestic to raise hell and turned into prepared for conflict. Leaf Village within Konoha, or Leaf Village, has the village in lockdown, and warfare mode has it gone makeup, each person changed into so pressure at the struggle. They leave out the little things and an unknown character showing makeup. The shadow took shape as a young man sporting a black coat of darkness, looking the village and her humans jogging round like headless chickens for struggle. It became humorous to him as maximum of the ninjas have little strength left, and their exceptional had been crippled via either the Crimson Dragon Emperor or his girls. He saw this as a risk to make prototype military for the antique Satan factions come again and revenge. "It's time," the younger guy spoke before throwing his coat into the air, which quickly disappeared into dust of strength, and showed his seams before all. He had golden blonde hair that becomes spiked make upwards, and his inexperienced eyes are filled with mystery. "Allow the video games begin," the young guy stated with a smirk on his face, and had quite a few work to do. "That is going to get exciting." Naruto, along together with his peerage, Vala's team, Setsuna, Irina, and Fenrir, are equipped make up to go to his vintage homeworld. His peerage is well make up for something, and if they are trying something towards Naruto to force him, considering the fact that they could take them on, Vala and his makeup ready to move and be on defend for whatever, particularly Vala. He's excited to see his brother figure home and wish to discover effective fighters. "Is all people equipped makeup?" Naruto asked, getting them to nod and answer. Rias alongside her peerage, Sona, the leaders of the three factions, Mikoto, Yasaka, and Kunu are there to peer them move. The women could not assist but fear due to the fact Naruto goes return to his personal world where he suffered so much and misplaced the whole lot. But there are instances to stand his past so as to move on, and in order that they should receive it, "Please Naruto, be cautious," Rias said, as she could not however be worried for the person she loves and shares. Naruto nodded his head and said, "No longer to worry, Rias. They might not have the strength to prevent me or the relaxation people." The redhead heiress nods her head in knowledge. Surzex and Mikoto then leap forward. "Naruto, please shop my daughter and convey her returned with you. I realize that Sasuke is beyond saving, however Izumi is a kind-hearted woman," Mikoto stated. "I, as properly, want you to store my stepdaughter if they do something," Surzex stated. Naruto nodded his head and had planned to bring Izumi again right here. He is aware of that she would like this world, be happy to her mother happy, and meet her new little brother. "I can save her, don't worry," Naruto stated, which on time had the endless dragoness appearing. "Is every person ready?" Ophis requested. All of them nodded their heads and were make up. Rias along with the girls and Yasaka hugged Naruto. "Please be cautious, Naruto." He hugs them back and felt incredible peace as he was always felt. "I'm able to, don't worry," he stated before feeling someone hugging his leg and seemed to look Kunu. "Please be cautious, Daddy," Kunu said. Naruto smiles earlier than picking the little fox makeup. "No worries, Kunu. Daddy will simply take back what's rightfully from my extended family and beat the horrific human beings," Naruto said, which made Kunu smile then hugged him. Which anybody smiles at this scene, seeing Naruto being like an awesome father. The girls blush on the notion of getting Naruto's children. "I will come along as well. You want me to return here and my energy in case matters cross messy," Ophis said. Naruto nods, after which notion of an idea to make a large displaying in his antique international. "In reality, Ophis, I need you to do something while we get there," Naruto stated, which the limitless dragoness had an idea what he had in mind and nods her head in expertise. Ophis then prepared a magic circle. "Surzex, appropriate luck all of you," Surzex stated, wishing them suitable success on this new adventure. "I pray in your success." Michael prayed to the institution, which true thing that it didn't hurt the devils inside the room from his pray, pass and display them the energy of supernatural beings. Azazel stated with a smirk. They all nod. Ophis snapped her fingers, the use of the magic circle to activate and teleport away inside a flash of mild, elemental country's world. Konoha, council chamber, all and sundry is in a controversy approximately what occurred to the squad to retrieve Naruto, a failure. On top of them, All is that the two kids of Minato and Kushina cannot have kids of their very own, which makes matters very plenty worse. Minato and Kushina are nevertheless in extremely good unhappiness for what occurred to their two children, but the council bickering makes things worse. Lord Fourth, we have to do something to get that brat back. Our enemies are preparing any moment. A Destiny civilian stated. Certainly. He's the best one in all your bloodline and can have youngsters, so we have to send a team after him. A service provider civilian said. Minato thinks of something from what he changed into instructed and said, Appearance, I know that we need Naruto back, however what Jiraiya reviews to me where he's a something out of our league. This stuck their interest. What do you mean, Lord Hokage? A civilian member asked. No longer know how what the homage make up with the aid of that. The blonde Hokage sighed, understanding that this would be an extended meeting. I will permit the team explain because they may be out of the hospital. Minato stated, which on cue had the team stroll in. They got here in and every person saw they are harmed pretty horrific, mainly Kakashi seeing that he lost his Sharingan. Also, Sasuke, who's irritated having heard that something occurred to his eyes now not making prompt his Sharingan. Minato, Jiraiya greeted, explains, the whole lot that you advised me, Minato ordered. The vintage sage nodded and instructed each person everything. After that, the complete council is stunned to pay attention that where Naruto is in a global in which real and powerful real beings exist after their make-up with him, and the energy he unleashed is something that no human can do, which introduced the civilian council very scared, hearing the demon brat is extra effective than before. The shinobi council may be very fearful about hearing Naruto's new abilities. If he can defeat the retrieval grow make-up effortlessly, no longer going all out, and they shiver on the concept of ways powerful he surely is. We ought to plan something to retrieve him. The civilian council nod. Sorry to say, but we need an entire military to get him, Kakashi stated, getting their interest, and there was more. From what I have seen and felt on Naruto, like he has been a warfare for a long term. He is in a better league than me and Sasuke, perhaps greater than the legendary Sannin mixed at complete electricity or greater, which delivered all of us very apprehensive approximately listening to that. Kushina and Minato fearful as well. If what Kakashi said is authentic, meaning Naruto is extra powerful than any shinobi in the global. Danzo, after hearing what transpired there, began to plan to ship his route to visit that world and convey those beings to his ranks, and underneath his manipulate to rule Konoha as Hokage and the basic international locations. Sasuke, on the other hand, grew mad listening to that. The character he despises the maximum and worthless have become a effective pressure that nobody can forestall him. That worthless dobe will pay for what he did to me. I can take his strength and his girls to carry my extended family to its glory. Sasuke notion, then what are we make-up do? Isn't like he'll seem on this very chamber, the fat civilian said, right on cue. A magic circle seems within the center of the chamber, making anybody amazed to see. It discovered several humans there, but what were given their interest the maximum is the only in the front of them. Naruto is standing proper at the chamber and looks at anybody. Good day everyone. I might say fine to peer you again, but I might deceive myself. Naruto actually said without a care. All of the council is greatly surprised that he is here. You brat so determined to return to beg, huh? This have become the fat civilian's remaining phrases while his head was blown off from his shoulders. Courtesy of Naruto magic beam shot he learned. Now not virtually am I make opposed to care, Naruto stated. Which all people is shocked that Naruto killed someone without remorse. Naruto then appears to look his former mother and father, make up Minato and Kushina. How have you been after all those years? Naruto said in a cold tone of voice, causing them to balk listening to his phrases and the tone he's saying that he's no longer in an excellent temper proper now, and who can blame him? Now then, as in you're thinking, why am I here? I decided to get again what is rightfully mine, he said, getting to the factor and primary motive he turned into right here, which that delivered their attention. What is it? Minato requested. Oh, it is quite simple, everything of the Uzumaki clan, that none of you deserve it. Naruto spoke back together with his eyes narrowed. That brought them a terrific shock at what he wishes. That I cannot allow. I am the head of the Uzumaki clan, and you're in awesome trouble for what you did for your brother and sister, Kushina said, scrolling the blonde but quickly shrewd scare when she felt the complete room warm like a warmness wave had hit the room, which it was. Naruto unleashed a crimson dragonic aura into the room together with his eyes narrowed, being his killer cause, and all of them felt his killer purpose, alongside together with his make-up organization, but they have been less affected of it. I'm Not asking nicely, Kushina, and don't assume you're the top of the Uzumaki extended family now, not after what have you ever completed to push aside the absolute law of the extended family, the blonde said. Kushina flinched at listening to the law which all Uzumaki know too properly. However, I have never broken it. I did everything for my son and daughter, Kushina replied, being a big mistake and made matters worse, without a doubt now? Just for them and no longer me? Your firstborn, which through rights I was imagined to be the heir, Naruto said, having his anger improved makeup however sighed and kept a cool head. That made Kushina close makeup. Hearing that and faded understanding what which means, Minato pales as nicely understanding it as well. The complete council are harassed to see this which he noticed it's the law about circle of relatives. Specially else an extra essential in existence, however now she abandoned me for the ones, she misplaced the proper to be known as an Uzumaki, Naruto defined, having absolutely everyone stunned to listen this. Now then I need everything of the Uzumaki clan, jutsu scrolls, artifacts, and money, all of it, he said, which he and all and sundry know that matters will go crazy quickly sufficient, which added them a makeup shock. You can't call for us, you demon brat. Sakura's mom shouted, this is proper, after the entirety we did for you earlier, then you have been banished that what you repay us. A civilian member stated, this became a big mistake in their part as all of them felt the killer rationale, but more powerful and a real beast putting fools of their location. This made anyone come down to their knees, without a doubt, meaning all of the beatings when you consider that I was an infant, the neglect from the academy, no longer allowed to enter the eating place or shop for me to buy, and most importantly I added your precious Uchiha again from the pedo snake, and what changed into my praise for that, with the aid of banishing me for doing my activity. Naruto shouted in natural rage, rarely proven however who can blame, as he had to let this out, everybody trembling in worry at this, Sasuke feeling Naruto's energy making him jealous and attempts to make up. Vala then noticed the duck hair. Understanding it becomes Sasuke and walks in the front of him. So you're Sasuke? The one who was imagined to be in par with Naruto. Vala puzzled earlier, then sighing in disappointment on what he noticed and large weakling in the front of him. Such sadness, you're very weak, he commented. Sasuke glared on the silver-haired younger man. How dare you call me an Uchiha elite weak? No one is robust than the Uchiha, Sasuke said in pure anger, yet you had been defeated by using Naruto at the Valley of the Stop proper? And no longer so long ago, Vala stated. This made the Uchiha grit his tooth in anger at those reminders. Think about Uchiha, you, who become given the entirety to this village what you preference, and Naruto had nothing, however he trains all on his personal and masters whatever he can to be sturdy. It truly is the distinction among you and him, you're weak for now not doing matters in your very own to gain energy, however Naruto has due to the fact he showed me how, which I'm glad he's KY maximum effective. Rival and brother discern I ever had in my life, Vala stated earlier, then turning his again at the vulnerable one and greater rage become coming off from the Uchiha now, which is why you're no longer worth it to fight Naruto. He is more powerful than you and you might not closing 3 seconds against him. Sasuke had reached his height of anger. No one is more potent than me, no longer even the doe. Sasuke shouted as he went to assault Valley, best to be kicked by using the stomach through him. Divide, a voice said. Not Draghi, however, the White Dragon Emperor, Albion. Sasuke felt his electricity leaving, seeing Vala's sacred tools activated, being a pair of white dragon wings with blue energy feathers. Like I stated, you are very weak, Vala said, having the ninjas amazed on seeing his wings. Now on to the urgent topics, Naruto said, having one more aspect fool to take care of. Danzo determined to speak. You truly are an idiot, coming right here, you brat. You think this is simple for you. Naruto then commenced to chuckle as he could not assist it, which burdened them. You suggest being the box of the 9 tails? Sorry, but I now not have the beast, Naruto stated with a smirk which bowled over them to pay attention. That Naruto then seems on the Hyuga head and stated, you could take a look at my waft Hyuga, seeing if I'm mendacity. Hayashi did use his Byakugan, and to his wonder to peer that the seal is long past, he speaks the reality, the 9 tails are now not inside him. Hayashi said, shocking absolutely everyone of this statistics. Danzo, then again, is mad to hear that. In which is it, brat? Danzo demanded. Beyond your attain mummy face, Naruto answered. This made the antique warfare mongrel mad. Do you recognize what you have executed, traitor? Oh, now you need to play that sport, huh, Danzo? Because you on the same pages properly. This added their attention. What are you talking approximately? I did not betray this village, Danzo stated, defending himself. Naruto smirked earlier than searching again at a sure white-haired woman, Setsuna, then attacks together with her strength whip bringing dead Umbu out. However, those are not the Umbu they recognize, however rude Umbu. This delivered everybody in makeup shock along with Minato, who was the maximum shocked. I did take into account that the antique 1/3 monkey and Namikaze disbanded this system. Naruto remained. Minato then glares at Danzo. Oh, I have the pleasant element, Office, if you please, my pricey? Naruto asked, getting Office to nod, and then summons her snakes to carry something to her. A black book and folder. Danzo pales and sweat bullets understanding what she added. How did Esachi find them? Danzo concept in natural panic. After saying his thank you, Naruto then threw the e-book at Minato. Better study that Namikaze and spot the Warhawk crime behind your lower back. Naruto stated, which Minato did and read it. Getting mad on each page he read, and killer cause was out. Danzo, provide an explanation for yourself. Minato shouted earlier than throwing the e-book at Nara's head and study it, which made him mad. It truly is very low and troublesome. You had the root lively in secret kidnapping orphan children and extended family kids announcing they died in birth, so, to be installed your root creating an army and did as well to different villages. No wonder something isn't always right, Shikaka said, getting anybody is bowled over to listen. Oh, it really is now not the excellent part. Naruto ringed with a smirk and is going to like the reaction of what comes subsequent. The records became then thrown to Sasuke, who stressed the chunk but took the folder to peer, and his killer intent reach a brand new stage. You stole eyes of my extended family to your own using, Sasuke yelled, being nevertheless susceptible from Vala's assault. All people changed into taken aback to hear, to look and pay attention. This Danzo turned into approximately to say something, however a scale down with the aid of Naruto made things worse for him, in view that he cut the bandages and the arm bandages as well, revealing the Sharingan he has along with his arm as nicely. Anybody turned into ill to see and saw the face of Hashirama on his shoulder. You took the cells of the first Hokage. Kushina shouted in pure anger. Having the complete council is stunned to look. Danzo become approximately to say something, however Naruto beat him to it. His cause, he did all that so that he can rule the village. With the basis and the Sharingan he has, he then desires to triumph over the entire elemental nations for himself, not for the village. Naruto knowledgeable. Getting the Warhawk to glare at him for ruining his plans. You brat, all I did is for the village. You were make up by personal weapon and overthrow this idiot and make the whole world bow to me. Naruto simply laughed as this turned into panic and no close to the enemies he confronted. This turned into an infant's play. No longer gonna make up, and as to your makeup? Nicely, allows just say Office took care of that the instant we arrived here. Which means your ambition ends here. Naruto said as he patted Office's head lots to her leisure and felt warmth. The battle mongrel glares at Naruto and went to attack him. Damn you brat! Danzo roared. Naruto then grabbed the idiot by using the throat and placed the seal in him, having the churka cancel out. Now, I understand you had been making plans using Izanagi to escape, but this seal cancels all of your chakra, the blonde said, shocking the old fool. Naruto then summons his boosted tools and ready to assault. Having a red sphere fashion makeup, tell the vintage monkey I stated hello, dragon shot. Dragon shot, the crimson sphere, that paperwork right into a beam of power goes directly to the Warhawk, breaking through the ceiling. The complete council saw his body being obliterated, leaving nothing but dirt. Now, do you understand your situation? In case you all simply left me on my own, I wouldn't have come here, but now that I am lower back you will go back what is rightfully mine. Naruto stated as he cleans the fool's blood off of booster tools and stored his bloodless stare at the fools. Naruto and his Gromake makeup then decided to leave as the council turned into nevertheless speechless. For what he did to Danzo, payback time and matters will shake makeup right here on this village and others as well. DXD International in Kyoto. We see Yasaka in her office doing her paintings and make arrangements just in case Naruto is in hassle together with other faction leaders. Yasaka couldn't assist but fear for Naruto, but is aware of what he's doing. That's whilst makeup she felt something incorrect with the lay traces, something she in no way felt earlier then, and is aware of what's it. Chakra, natural and effective, this electricity, it ought to be what Naruto is talking approximately. Yasaka stated to herself and understand that something effective became growing which Naruto desires to realize. within the forest a few miles, far away from Kyoto, purple energy starts to accompany something inside the shadows, and then it opens its eyes seeing purple crimson and a black slit. Something large and effective certainly became rising. Certainly, Yasaka ordered her yokais to create a perimeter around the woodland after feeling the presence. Then they felt a pulse of chakra and Yasaka saw pink light energy twisting round which made her narrow her eyes. It is forming quicker than I expected. Then she felt a presence, and spot make up magic circles and Rias at the side of the girls in conjunction with the leaders of the faction. Even Mikoto is with them. You made it, Yasaka stated once you have your message about it. So what's the situation? Surzex asked. Then they felt an power pulse yet again and take a look at the light. All I will say is that it is forming as a substitute fast. The nine-tailed yokai explained. They felt the energy, and it become like Naruto described. So the beast that changed into in Naruto sooner or later forming. Rias which brought about her, and the relaxation of the girls to make up the same issue about the 9 tails that had been sealed of their lover, and what he has been via. However then the mild shine even greater, and the energy will increase even extra. It is taking shape now, Mikoto said. Yasaka and the relaxation of the leaders prepared themselves in case the beast emerges. Even Rias and the ladies prepared themselves for fight. Then the mild disappeared for a second and for a minute they started to be harassed. Turn into that makeup? Someone requested, which turned into a not unusual idea for all of us. Mikoto narrows her eyes about this. This doesn't make feel the 9 tails should have shaped through now. Then, they heard footsteps within the wooded area and see a person coming out of it, which revealed to be a female identical frame discern as each Yasaka and Setsuna, but she has red-orange hair became arranged in buns, with hairpins in them and 3 clips into the front, as she wore a darkish coloration of pink lipstick, as her eyes were framed crimson with black slits in them, as she wore an outfit that Kuroko wears. However hers is crimson. They're confused to look a female. Ma'am, are you all right? Yasaka asked. She appears at each person and smiles. I ultimately get to fulfill you all. At last, tell me, how's Naruto? That, we're giving them burden. However Mikoto widens her eyes feeling her energy, which Surzex be aware. Mikoto, what is incorrect? Surzesh asked, being concerned for his wife. Mikoto factors at the girl and stated, she's the 9 tails. That delivered all people in complete shock and looks at her. My call is Kurami. It is ideal to satisfy you all. This added all of us burdened approximately the way she acts. Later Yasaka turned into sitting down in her office with the other faction contributors, as all have been ingesting tea whilst they had been facing a person else that was in the front of them sitting down on one of the chairs while her daughter was sitting down on the said individual's lap. The lady in the front of them has the equal body figure as both Yasaka and Setsuna has, however she has pink-orange hair become arranged in buns with hair ends in them and 3 clips in the front, as she wore a darkish color of crimson lipstick, as her eyes were body red with black slits in them, as she wore an outfit that Kuroko wears. However it changed into shade purple. This lady became Kurami, aka the 9-tailed fox demon that turned into sealed inside of Naruto, and he or she became alleged to be useless after she gave her existence away. She can appear like Mito her first field. Okay, allow me get this straight here. You had been truly a girl besides, but you died whilst you gave your chakra to Naruto to come back right here, but now you're alive again? Yasaka questioned the girl in front of her. That is right, Kurami said as she drank her tea. Then, you definitely have been delivered lower back to existence from Kami and her sisters, which are connected from each our worlds to be through Naruto's side and help him out. Surzex asked her, correct? Kurami instructed him as she petted Kuna's head. Why do I get the feeling that Naruto's harem is about to grow in length? Had been the mind of every person within the different rooms. Sans for Kunu, Elemental Global Naruto and his institution were taking walks down the streets of Konoha as everybody became obvious at them with a lot hatred. Naruto heard them announcing the demon is back. It's all of the demon's fault for making their village in a fallen country, or any other factor they have been pronouncing. However the blonde and his grow makeup have been just ignoring them as they didn't care, and that they had no energy as they cannot do something. Naruto changed into disgusted by using this village, and if the primary, and the second one, Hokage have been alive and saw their village on this state, they could be rolling in their graves right now. He noticed stores that he became kicked out, now all boarded makeup as they had been closed, as they by no means got any customers to sell their items, and with the losses of their trade with the alliances with the others. Then he notices the men looking at his pals, however in most cases at Setsuna and Tyr, as they just checked out their massive breasts with lust, and he notices makeup of 12 men just surrounding both Setsuna and Tyr. "What do you need?" Setsuna asked, however she knew already. "How about you and your lovable tan girlfriend with you to include us, and we can provide you with girls some real amusing." The person said, "No," each Setsuna and Tyr said together, "except we have a mate, and that is Naruto." The two stated collectively. This make up the guys as tried to take hold of their hands, but those men lost the palms that were about to seize them. "If I have been you two, you better get looked after," Tyr explains to them. They did not need to be advised twice as they ran to the health facility, even as the others ran for his or her lives, shouting out, "The demon whores are going to kill them." This made Naruto smirk at his associates as they keep their way to one area that Naruto hasn't been for a totally long term, and that turned into the ramen Ichiraka stand that become in front of them. The girls knew why he wanted to come back right here, as they knew that the two humans on this vicinity cared for him. As they entered the stand, even as Naruto rang the bell for service, and out came Tuchi Ichiraka. "Got here through a door. Welcome to Ramen Ichiraka. How I can help you?" Tucci requested, but whilst he saw the blonde male with exceptional girls with him, as the said blonde male changed into smiling at him. "Yo, Tucci, it has been a while," Naruto said. "Naruto?" Tucci requested him, and Naruto nodded his head as sure. Tucci changed into glad to see the younger boy he give makeup loose ramen all those years ago became alive and properly now, and his daughter became greater happy and excited to see Naruto, and with pals and enthusiasts from the seams of it. The institution decide to have lunch before they deal with some fools in the leaf before both heading out, or now not to the next village. Our Red Dragon Emperor didn't understand why, but he had a sense someone became looking ahead to him back home. If best he recognized how critical and the impact she has on him. Naruto and his makeup had been eating on the Ichiraku ramen stall as Naruto. Tucci and I am caught makeup, Naruto told them approximately the other international he become residing in, and that they had been glad for him. Then they all get fun when both Tsunade and Shizen got here via as she heard approximately Naruto returning, and she or he punched Naruto on top of his head and did it once more whilst she heard he changed into a father at a young age way to Kuroka, saying both Kunu and Junior had been his daughters. However, Setsuna came make up and informed Tsunade that they had been his stepdaughters as he turned into courting their mothers. Naruto then asked both circle of relatives individuals if they desired to make up save at his international and in Kyoto, so that it will be best for them since it receives a lot of tourists there and is good for business, and also send a message to Yasaka approximately them. The two believe this as Naruto instructed Office to teleport them to a pleasant spot where they will get quite a few clients Naruto paid them, and that they have been shocked to appear that is too much alongside. They'd by no means visible this sort of cash before. Naruto said about the other instances they helped him at some stage in his early life and desired to repay them for this, and additionally instructed them that they will learn about the money to the alternative international, which it turned into very quality of him and well known him. With that, Office teleported them away because the Gromik makeup started to walk in the direction of the gate. They were nevertheless getting glares. If my grandfather and granduncle saw this village, they'll be saddened through its state, Tsunade said with a sigh. Both the primary and 2D Hokage could kill themselves ever considering your sensei took the hate. He changed the entirety, betraying the Uzumaki clan became one component, as the village is a cesspool of corruption, power-hungry civilians eyeing makeup for best cash, impact, and led by means of their greed with the Shinobi Council's warmongering methods at the same time as constructing makeup increasingly strength, as they make makeup that it might maintain the peace via enforcement, while in reality it'll simplest unite those that fear and hate Konoha for its misdeeds, on pinnacle of all of it hypocrisy, treachery, betrayal, and sacrifice of its shinobi in order that this atrocity referred to as Konoha may want to stand sturdy. That isn't always the will of hearth that your grandfather preached about. Tut the need of darkness wherein few sacrifice many for their very own needs like Danzo, Hiruzen, those damned antique fools, and that damned council simply to keep make up the appearances, Naruto stated. Both Tsunade and Shizen looked at Naruto in shock at what he said, like he became a whole lot of knowledge of what he said. It is like the entirety Naruto, Shizen stated as Tonton Oink in agreement. The arena we're living in still does it all the time, each the snake supernatural and people, but the snake supernatural prevent as we are all allies. However, the human beings nonetheless do it while some country that is dominated by way of tyrants, Naruto said. I think each world in any universe act just like Konoha does. Tsunade said. Naruto was approximately to say something, but he was grabbed by way of his collar and saw completely piss off Jiraiya. What did you do, brat? Jiraiya demanded. What are you speak me about? Naruto stated. My summons you did something to the toads, you fucking little shit. Jiraiya said. Naruto smirked at this because the fucking pervert sooner or later realizes what occurred to the toads while the snakes have a brand new boss, as her call became Yamata no Orochi and the unique writer of the snake settlement, as he become told by way of Mina that Queen Ghidorah freed the divine being, as Yamata turned into on par with both Godzilla and Ghidorah, and Yamata turned into piss at Manda and his summoner as the shame their extended family, as she beat the crap out of Manda and then ate him alive, as she turned into setting an example to everyone else who shared in Manda's ideals which it labored. Oh, you eventually realize what happened to the toads properly. It is the elder's fault for telling the prophecy, and the punishment is loss of life for breaking that rule, Naruto stated. Naruto then grabbed the fool's hand and broke it, making the man scream and ache as Naruto glared at him. Concentrate here, you fucking perverted fuck, and concentrate well. As I understand a lot about you, Jiraiya, as you hate being within the shadows of all of us else like your two teammates, Hiruzen, the Uzumaki extended family, Kushina and Minato, and the prophecy become going to get you out in their shadow and cast one over them, and you are a leech, Jiraiya, as you leech off of fame as you take the tough work from others and say it changed into you. Naruto said. So, what you think I care, you rattling brat, as Konoha's survival become the simplest issue, Jiraiya stated. Naruto scoffed at this. There, you cross once more, Konoha this or Konoha that, like a goddamn broken report, as you do not care approximately the arena, as you need Konoha to be the simplest ninja village within the world, whilst the entirety else fell, as you plan to make Konoha an island surrounded by means of a sea of dying and destruction, Naruto said. Naruto then summons his scared equipment, and punches Raya into a building as Naruto and his Gromic makeup leave. What an asshole, Naya, Kuroka said. To make up a person like him was given the title of Sannin? Kasumi said. Tsunade sighed at this. I'm sorry, approximately him, as he changed a lot. But I did not, it changed into this horrific, Tsunade said. The man listens to his sensei and accompanied him, Naruto stated with a sigh. However, first we are right here to discover Izumi, as Mikoto wishes her again in her palms and to satisfy her new circle of relatives. Val constantly notices Izumi's name as he continually heard Naruto speak approximately her sometimes with Kuroka. Naruto, I've been hearing Izumi's call from Mikoto, Vala said. Naruto smiled at this. Izumi is one of the few people that helped me out whilst I was more youthful, until she turned into order to kill off her clan through the order of the Hokage, and now a part of the Akatsuki, Naruto said. Vala perked. Make up on the Akatsuki. What is the Akatsuki? Vala said. The Akatsuki are makeup of S-ranked missing mean for betraying the village, Naruto said. Are they strong? Vala stated as he became keen to combat them now. Yes, they're, Naruto said. Vala grinned at this as he desired to combat those human beings. But they all know to Sunanin right here, which made Naruto confused at this as he commanded Korra to lure the person, which she did as she makes use of her earth bending to preserve him in vicinity. What the hell? The Nin said. Now this is a wonder, what is a Sunanin doing right here? I consider that Suna cut ties with Konoha and made an alliance with Iwa, so what are you doing right here? Naruto said. This made the Sunanin sweat at this, however caved in as he informed everything, as there is a council member this is in Konoha's pocket who gave him an order to visit Konoha for help, as there Kazekagegara changed into taken by the Akatsuki by way of the names of Deidara and Sasori, so the Akatsuki made their pass as they ought to have observed out that I've again, however they don't know that I'm greater, effective, smarter, and with a crew makeup, Naruto said. What is the plan, Naruto? Kasumi said. Vala, I need you to take your crew makeup along with Kasumi, Korra, Rosweiss, Zenobia, and Jean with you, as both Anko, Koriana and Valerie live here with Tsunade and Shizen to make certain they make up me all Uzumaki property at the same time as I, Setsuna and Tyr find Izumi, Naruto advised them. The others nodded as they left, and headed to Suna as Naruto summoned a necklace that belonged to Izumi as soon as and confirmed it to Setsuna. This belongs to Izumi, and maybe you could music her heady scent with this, Naruto stated. Setsuna nodded her head at this and took a sniff on the necklace, which Setsuna changed into sniffing the air even as this changed into going on unknown to them that Minato along with his circle of relatives and the retrieval makeup overheard that they went to track Izumi at the beginning. They need to speak to him about what he said at the assembly, hoping that he can alternate his thoughts. But now to their wonder they're going after Izumi and decided to observe them, with Sasuke thinking of in the end getting his hazard to kill her. However, he changed into amazed while he heard Setsuna on having her fragrance. Naruto summons his dragon wings. Tear summons her devil wings, and Setsuna converted into her yokai shape that became a large silver canine as they took off with a wonderful pace that neither of them may want to trap makeup, making Sasuke grit his tooth in anger. DxD Global Lucifer Mansion. We see Mikoto humming a music as she turned into gardening as she likes to lawn as her son Milikas Uchiha Gremory, as he has quick crimson hair with black hints as he has blue-green eyes. Mikoto smiles at her most recent 10 to 12 months antique son as he has a touch ball of sun as he gave her a brand new breath of sparkling air, as he seems as much as Naruto like a massive brother in Naruto, herself, her husband, Yasaka and Gojiren also tease Milikas approximately his girlfriend's junior, and Kunu, which he denies all of it as they all chuckle at their blushing faces. But right now, she sees her son being excited as he is going to meet his older half-sister, which positioned a grin on her face as her son constantly asks her about Izumi, as she instructed him memories. Approximately Izumi, a person is in a good temper, Mikoto said. Milikas smiled at her mom. You wager I am, as I cannot wait to meet large sis, Milikas stated. Mikoto snickered at this as the two went returned to gardening till they're known as via Naruto, Elemental World. Each Naruto and Tear have been following Setsuna as all of them came to a stop, and they have been in the front of an vintage large compound with the Uchiha image on the top of the door. Naruto looked at both Setsuna and Tear as they decided to stroll into the compound as they came across the masked Uchiha that made Naruto's lifestyles a residing hell and Kisame here. However, Naruto must think that Izumi is somewhere else in the mansion, so it's the brat that went lacking, Kisame stated. Naruto forget about him as he checked out the faux Madara. Naruto spoke with Mikoto about this, and he advised him that the man that was there throughout his and his siblings' birth become now not Madara, which the fox also told him the same as the man in the course of his and siblings' delivery wasn't Madara as the man that controls that night that didn't have the identical sinister Churka. As a good deal I need to overcome the dwelling hell out of you Uchiha, however I am right here for other reasons. A few beating the residing will come later, Naruto said. Naruto commenced to walk away, but Kisame tried to attack him from at the back of. However, Tear intercepted him and blocked Kisame together with her sword, which amazed Kisame on Tear velocity. I might not will let you hurt Naruto, Tear stated. Then the two started to combat every other as Setsuna became staring down at the Uchiha, as he might not intervene with Tear or Naruto on his challenge. However, she senses more humans coming here as she might make up. It turned into a Konoha retrieval makeup throne room. Right here we see a lovely girl that became the same age as Anko, Kurenai, Hana, and Yugao, as she has a wonderful body figure. Use Lena from Valkyria Chronicles 4 but with Akino breasts, and her tight ass. This individual is Izumi Uchiha, the eldest daughter of Mikoto and older sister of Sasuke, as she was ordered to kill off her extended family, as they have been approximately to devise a Komecup and keep her brother alive so he can hate her and kill her to bring a new Uchiha without the dislike, but she would not understand that her plan failed. However, there was one person she does omit, and that turned into Naruto. He became banished from the village from doing his activity of bringing lower back her little brother, after which he disappears, making her sad for a piece, as she, Anko, Hana, Kurenai, and Yugao have been the most effective 5 that watch over him and the few humans that did not hate him. She did have a terrific relationship with Conan, which made the two satisfied a piece, as there has been some other female to talk to as the two got near in different approaches, like in the bed. Even the two are real bisexual ladies. Izumi coughs in her hands and notices the small drops of blood in her hand, making her sigh lamentably because the ailment is speeding makeup and killing her. Conan tries her excellent to help, and Izumi is aware of that even Tsunade's clinical abilities can heal her. But her thoughts had been broken while the door opened as she looks makeup, as her eyes widen on the person that become and changed into Naruto. Naruto? Izumi said in surprise, but she blushes on handsome he have become and plenty older than he should be. However, her blush increases as he smiles at her, as she mentally curses that rattling smile because it will make any female come to be a blushing mess. Good day, Izumi. It has been a long time. Naruto said. The two stare at each other as they have tons to talk approximately and a bright new destiny for Izumi to start anew for the Uchiha clan.